14th, 2018.
And InFocus starts right now. An iconic vehicle is saying goodbye.
And Club Day was a huge success. All and that is more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to InFocus. I'm Stella Essenmacher.
And I'm Leon Friedrichowitz.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Let's look at some of the important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Today's campus bulletin features two events that offer opportunities to learn about life after Pali. The NACAC Performing and Visual Arts College Fair takes place on Thursday, September 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Ruth Asalwa SF School for the Arts. For more info and to register, visit the URL on your screen. If the arts aren't your thing, those interested in the nursing profession can attend talks from many different areas of nursing and explore different nursing career opportunities. The event takes place on Tuesday, September 25th from 6 to 8:30 at Li Ka-shing Center. Interested students should RSVP by September 24th, 2018 to K. Sylvester at stanfordhealthcare.org.
Stellar Science Enrichment is seeking student volunteers for the 2018 through 19 school year to participate in an after-school program working with at-risk kids. The student-run program will meet weekly on Tuesdays from 4 to 5 p.m. at Mariano Castro Elementary School in Mountain View, starting soon. Interested students should email sterilscienceenrichment@gmail.com for more information.
Moving on now from what's happening around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
A woman is thanking first responders for saving the family dog after natural gas explosions rocketed 3 towns in Massachusetts Thursday. Jody Turner said she heard the fire alarms and smelled gas as she was going to get her sister's dog. Firefighters responded and the Turner was grateful for their help. The explosion sparked blazes, left one person dead, and resulted in numerous injuries. 8,000 people were unable to return home on Thursday.
Today, Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh vehemently denied accusations of sexual misconduct from when he was in high school. Two sources said the allegation was subject of a letter Senator Dianne Feinstein sent to the FBI on Thursday. Sources say Feinstein received the confirmation before Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing. The senator says the woman doesn't want her name made public. The Senate Judiciary Committee is set to vote next week on whether to move Kavanaugh's confirmation onto a floor vote.
Volkswagen is putting the brakes on the production of its legendary Beetle. The company says the last Beetle will be made at its factory in Puebla, Mexico in July 2019, but not before the company makes a final edition series with a base price tag of more than $23,000. The car entered mass production after World War II, and it debuted in North America in 1949. Experts say the Beetle is now fighting an uphill battle on the market because many consumers prefer SUVs. However, Volkswagen's president still left the door open for bringing the Beetle back someday. In the 1950s, America and the Soviet Union were immersed in the Cold War.
As tensions rose, the countries began competing in what is known as the space race, and Kyle Sweezy, our very own resident historian, has been learning more.
What exactly happened, Kyle?
Well, Stella, on this day in 1959, the space race launched into high gear. Both countries have been trying to make the first moves into space. These included the first dog in orbit and first spy satellite to carry a camera. But the two countries still kept their eye on the prize. Luna 2 crashed into the moon on September 14, 1959, becoming the first spacecraft to touch the lunar surface and the first object created by humans to reach another celestial body. Don't worry though, because America stepped up its game and 10 years later became the first country with the first man on the moon. Back to you, Stella and Leon.
Club Day is a Pali tradition that allows students a leisurely lunch and an opportunity to learn all about the clubs offered for this year.
And today's Club Day was no different. In addition to providing a chance to learn about club offerings, music provided by ASB and Mr. Berkson and company providing grilled up treats added to the community atmosphere.
From political clubs to clubs about different hobbies and interests, dozens of clubs presented their organizations to the student body.
Creatives say about sports here.
Jason is in the studio now with the latest in Pali sports. There were a lot of games yesterday. How did Pali do?
The teams did pretty good. Like they say, you win some, you lose some. Let's start with the boys' varsity water polo team. This is one of those times when you lose some. The team fell by a score of 10-4 to rivals Gun. The Palo Alto JV volleyball team won Thursday's home conference match against Mountain View by a score of 2-0. The Palo Alto girls volleyball team won Thursday's home conference match against Mountain View by a score of 3-1. The Palo Alto girls varsity tennis team won Thursday's home conference match against Homestead by a score of 5-2. The Palo Alto varsity field hockey team lost Thursday's home non-conference game 0-1 against Homestead, ending the team's longest winning streak ever. Today is Friday, and that means football. The Palo Alto JV football team has an away conference game at Aragon. Kickoff is set for 4:30 p.m. The Palo Alto varsity football team has an away non-conference game also at Aragon today at 7:30 p.m. Well, that does it for me. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Jason.
As you said, you win some and lose some. But our meteorologist, Thomas Colburn, is always a winner and is in the studio now with today's weather report.
Thomas, what can we expect out there today?
Hey Pally, Thomas Colburn here with your daily weather digest. So let's look at today's weather, right? We got a high of 64 and a low of 53 in San Francisco. It's going to be a little windy, so make sure you wear a sweater. Look at Oakland with a high of 70 and a low of 53, so it'll be pretty nice out. 75 in Palo Alto and a 53. It's going to be nice and sunny. Make sure to go outside. And as you can tell, San Jose, a high of 76 and a low of 68. So that's our Bay Area temperatures. So today it was around 75 degrees. It was the same as the high. We're going to have about a 7-mile-an-hour wind with humidity at around 43%. And usually on Saturdays, about the same with 68 and a low of 53, and a high about 71, a low of 54. So let's look through the rest of the week. So we got a high of 68, 71, around 70s, and then we got lows of early 50s throughout the rest of the week. All right, that's it for weather. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check our old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.